This video is about famous people and celebrities who passed away in 1991 in the United States. This is the second episode. Before we proceed, please subscribe to our channel to support us. John Russell. He was born in January 1921 and he died in January 1991. His age was 70 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was emphysema. Russell was an American film and television actor, most noted for his starring role as Marshal Dan Troop in the ABC Western television series Lawman from 1958 to 1962, and his lead role as an international adventurer Tim Kelly in the syndicated television series Soldiers of Fortune from 1955 to 1957. Russell signed a contract with the 20th Century Fox in 1945 and made his first film appearance as a god in a royal scandal. He played several supporting parts while at Fox, acting the role of a junior law partner in the Clifton Webb comedy Sitting Pretty in 1948, as well as a Navy pilot in Slattery's Hurricane in 1949. He primarily played secondary roles often in westerns, including William A. Wellman's 1948 Yellow Sky. Later, however, he signed with Republic Pictures, where he was cast in a starring role opposite Judy Canova in Oklahoma Annie in 1952. In 1955, Russell landed the lead role in a television drama series called Soldiers of Fortune. This half-hour syndicated adventure show placed him and his sidekick, played by Chick Chandler, in a dangerous setting each week. While the show proved popular with young boys, it did not draw enough adult viewers to its prime slot and was cancelled in 1957. Hamilton Fish III. He was born in December 1888 and he died in January 1991. His age was 102 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. Fish was an American soldier, author, and politician from New York. He represented New York's 26th Congressional District in the Hudson Valley region in the United States House of Representatives from 1920 to 1945. In the second half of his House career, Fish was a chief critic and opponent of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, especially on matters of international affairs and American entry into the Second World War. Prior to the attack of Pearl Harbor, born into a political family whose legacy dated to the Dutch settlement of New Amsterdam, Fish was educated at St. Mark's School and Harvard College, where he graduated at the age of 20 before enrolling at Harvard Law School. He was elected to the New York State Assembly from Putnam County in 1913 as a member of Progressive Party. He served 3 terms before enlisting in the First World War, in which he commanded a company of the 369th Infantry Regiment, a unit of African-American soldiers known as the Harlem Hellfighters. After the war, Fish was elected to the United States House as a Republican. In the House, he advocated for veterans and anti-lynching movement. He became the body's leading anti-communist as chair of the Fish Committee, a special body established in 1930 to investigate Soviet and communist influence in the United States. John McIntyre. He was born in June 1907 and he died in January 1991. His age was 83 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was emphysema and lung cancer. McIntyre was an American character actor who appeared in 65 theatrical films and many television series. McIntyre is well known for having replaced Ward Bond upon Bond's sudden death in November 1960 as a star of NBC's Wagon Train. He played Christopher Hale, the leader of the Wagon Train and successor of Bond's character, Steph Adams, from early 1961 to the series and in 1965. He also replaced Charles Bickford upon Bickford's death in 1967 as ranch owner Clay Greger, brother of Bickford's character, on NBC's The Virginian for 4 seasons. McIntyre began acting on radio in Tarzan and The Diamond of Ashes, and he met his future wife, Jeanette Nolan, through their work on radio programs. McIntyre played the title role in Los Angeles radio station's production of The Adventures of Bill Lance and was first actor to play the title role in the CBS radio drama Crime Doctor. He played Jack Packard in I Love a Mystery and Peter Carter in the radio version of the lineup. He worked on many episodes of Suspense from the early 1940s. He was the narrator of the radio program Lincoln Highway and The March of Time. He can be heard on an episode of the radio version of Gunsmoke on CBS portraying Miss Kitty's estranged father. Red Grange, he was born in June 1903 and he died in January 1991. His age was 87 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was Parkinson's disease. Grange was an American professional football halfback who played for Chicago Bears and the short-lived New York Yankees. His signing with Bears helped legitimize the National Football League, playing college football for Illinois Fighting Illini. Grange was a three-time consensus All-American and led his team to a national championship in 1923. He was the only unanimous All-American selection in 1924, making him the first player in college football history to receive that honor. The same year, Grange became the first recipient of the Chicago Tribune's Silver Football Award as the Big Ten Conference's most valuable player. In 2008, Grange was named the best college football player of all time by ESPN, and in 2011, he was named the greatest Big Ten icon by the Big Ten Network. Shortly after his final college game in 1925, Grange joined the Bears and the NFL, embarking on a barnstorming tour that raised professional football's profile across the country. When his rookie contract expired, he and agent C.C. Pyle formed the American Football League in 1926, with Grange playing for the Yankees. The league lasted just 1 year before shutting down, and the Yankees were assimilated into the NFL. John Bodine, he was born in May 1908 and he died in January 1991. His age was 82 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was heart disease. Bodine was an American physicist. He is the only person to be awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics twice, first in 1956 with William Shockley and Walter Hauser-Bertain for their invention of the transistor, and again in 1972 with Leon Cooper and John Robert Schrieffer for their fundamental theory of superconductivity known as the BCS theory. The transistor revolutionized the electronics industry, making possible the development of almost every modern electronic device, from telephones to computers, and ushering in the information age. Braden's developments in superconductivity, for which he was awarded his second Nobel Prize, are used in nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy, medical magnetic resonance imaging (MRI), and the superconducting quantum circuits. Born and raised in Wisconsin, Bodine received a PhD in physics from Princeton University after serving in the Second World War. He was a researcher at Bell Labs and a professor at the University of Illinois. In 1990, Bodine appeared on Life magazine's list of 100 most influential Americans of the century. Clifton C. Edom, he was born in February 1907 and he died in January 1991. His age was 85 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. Edom was a pioneering figure in photojournalism, known for developing educational programs for journalists. Edom was prolific in his advancements of photojournalism as a recognized field, including the founding of Kappa Alpha Mu and the National Photojournalism Honor Society on April 20, 1945, and editing with V. Adam, the Society's official publication, The National Photojournalist. He also established the News Pictures of the Year competition, an exhibition, now Pictures of the Year International, in 1944, incorporating the College Photographer of the Year competition the next year. In 1955, Edom received the Joseph A. Sprague Memorial Award for the National Press Photographers Association, which is the highest honor in the field of photojournalism. Although he continued his involvement With the school, Edom retired from the University of Missouri in 1972. He established the Little Gallery in Forsyth, Missouri, and Edom continued teaching at Crowder College in Neosho, Missouri. He died in Branson, Missouri. In 1991, the National Press Photographers Association established the Clifton C. Edom Award, which recognizes an individual in the tradition of Cliff Edom to inspire and motivate members of the photojournalism community to reach new heights. Thanks for watching the video. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Have a nice day.